Hello dears, a very good morning to all. So we completed the first chapter and we conducted the test paper also. Most of you scored very good marks. I am so happy. Okay, so shall we start the second chapter? That is also one of the very simple and interesting chapter about the microorganisms. Microorganisms, front and who. Some microorganisms, they are the friends for us, and while some others are the enemies. Okay, so we are studying about both this harmful and useful microorganisms in this chapter. So before entering into the chapter, I have to say something about the microorganisms. So from the word microorganisms, micro means very small. Organisms means creatures, very small creatures in the world. We know about different types of creatures are there in the world. Plants, animals, and other kind of organisms, living organisms are there. Okay, so out of all these living organisms, microorganisms are also occupied one of the most important level. The microorganisms or microbes, they are very small and we are not able to see with our naked eye. We have to use one microscope to observe these microorganisms. That's why the name microorganisms or microbes. Okay, a number of microbes are there. Microorganisms, they are classified into a number of groups. So the common or the main groups of microorganisms are bacteria, fungus, protozoa, and algae. One more group of microorganisms are there. They are not included in this category because that is the virus, because they reproduce only inside the cells of host organisms, which may be a bacterium, plant, or animal. Some of the viruses, they are very dangerous and very serious, but some others are not at all these dangerous ones. Our common ailments like cold, influenza, and most coughs are caused by this virus. We know that now the present world is under the threat of one very small microorganism, very small virus called coronavirus. So this is one of the pandemic disease. Now almost all corners of the world is in the attack of this pandemic disease. Serious diseases like polio, chickenpox, etc. All these are also caused by virus. When we are taking the example of bacteria, we can see different shapes are there. Some of the bacteria, they are a spiral shaped. Some others are rod shaped. Some others are comma shaped. So different shapes of bacteria are there. In your textbook, you can see page number 18. The figures of bacteria, algae, protozoa, fungus, virus, etc. Some of the diseases like typhoid, tuberculosis, food poisoning, all these are by the bacteria. Another group of microbes, that is a protozoa. Protozoa usually present in freshwater bodies. Amoeba, we studied about amoeba in 6th and 7th standard. Amoeba, that is one of the protozoa usually found in freshwater. Another one is the paramecium. Another freshwater protozoan. Then euglena. All these are the examples for protozoans. Most of the protozoans, they are not at all serious. Some of the protozoans, they are causing diseases like dysentery, malaria, etc. These are caused by protozoans. Amoebic dysentery, that is caused by amoeba, Entamoeba histolytica, one of the amoeba named Entamoeba histolica that is causing this amoebic dysentery. But most of them, these protozoans, they are harmless. Then what about the fungus? We studied about the fungus in 7th standard. Fungus exhibit a special kind of nutrition that is called saprophytic or saprotrophic nutrition. Fungus, bread mold. We know about that bread mold when we are keeping the packet of bread as opened for 1 or 2 or 3 days. What will be the condition? We can see over the bread piece a type of this light yellow colored hairy growth. This is because of the attack of one fungus called bread mold. Then during rainy season we can see this fungal attacks everywhere over the walls, over the dress. When we are keeping the light colored clothes here and there carelessly, what will be the condition of the clothes for next day? We can see small black dots there. This is also a special kind of fungus. Okay, another one is over the leather shoes, leather bags, etc. we can see. That is also the attack of a special kind of fungus. So some of the fungus named bread mold, penicillium, aspergillus, mushroom. Mushroom is one of the edible fungus. So fungus is the size of the fungus is ranging from microscopic to macroscopic. That means very small to large. Small fungus is there, at the same time large ones are also there. Then the next group of microbe we can see that is in fresh water and also stagnant water bodies. That is about the algae. Algae. We studied about one of the algae named Spirogera in 7th standard. This algae that is present in this stagnant water bodies. When we are taking the stagnant water body and observe this by using hand lens, we can see small light the green colored or yellow colored hairy growths. This hairy growth, that is because of the growth of one algae named Spirogera. Spirogera, Chlamydomonas, etc. are the examples for this algae. Both unicellular algae are there, multicellular ones are also there. Okay, so these are the general classification of microbes. What are they? Bacteria, virus, fungus, protozoa and algae. Out of these 5, virus we can't include because if it is outside the body of any host, there will be no living characters, but after entering into the body of a plant or an animal, it will start